What's up, Woolies? We're here with the athletic director, Mr. MacCreery. We're going to give you guys an inside look at the new facility. That's not open yet, but it will be soon. Mr. MacCreery, you got anything to say before we start?
Yeah, I'm excited. We're going to go on a tour today. I'll show you some of the things inside the stadium that you can't necessarily see from the parking lot. We'll talk about what's been going on out here the past few months and what to expect when we open things up.
Yeah, cool, let's get this started. All right, so our first stop, we're here on the softball field. Mr. MacCreery, want to tell us anything about what's special about this place?
Yeah, so our softball stadium over here, this is probably my favorite part. Just kind of the layout, the brown, everything is turf on this field. So this is our main softball stadium, but it's also a practice facility for football and soccer. So, you know, what we have laid out here, we have some maroon lines that are in the turf that basically kind of lay out the two fields. So you can kind of see along the third base line over here, you can see every 10 yards we have some hash marks, and that's for football. So football will be going this way and be able to practice this way. Corner down there, and soccer is going to be kicking towards the woods this way. So we have the width of a softball field or soccer field and just about halfway for length. So it's going to be a beautiful facility. Obviously softball will have their home games here, we'll host tournament games here, but during the fall this is going to be a great practice facility as well for those sports.
Yep, so I do have a question. So these dugouts, am I correct that these are the ones that were the same ones that were here before this field?
These are the original dugouts. Yep,
Alrighty.
These are the original dugouts. And actually something to point out here, these poles that you see on the ground, this is some extra netting that's going to go up behind this fence. So basically the soccer goal for practices will be right here, and the extra netting, which is going to be about 20 feet high, is going to help prevent some of those soccer balls from flying into the woods and having to chase them down. So we're excited for the addition of that. Out in right field, not sure if you're going to be able to see the poles that are sitting out there. But there's two black poles, and that's where the brand new scoreboard is going to go for the stadium. So softball is going to be able to have a brand new scoreboard. And then you can see the bleachers that we've set up around the stadium. So we have two that are out in right field. We have two that are along the first base line here, and then we have two that are going to be behind home plate. So plenty of seating for our fans to come out.
It's awesome. Looks like a great place, and can't wait to see this in action next spring.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
So we're here on the newly paved track. Looks nice, brand new. Mr. MacCreery, got any details about this?
Yeah, so we are in the final stages of getting the track ready. They put down their two base layers, which is what makes it red. And then right now the guys just got here today. They're going to work on striping it over the next couple days, and really that should be done by the end of tomorrow. So a couple of things, you know, as we go along in the tour here, panning over here, you can see the batting cage for the softball field, which is also turfed and may not sound like a big deal, but we're excited about that. So we don't have to worry about mowing the grass in there and weed whacking and clipping the net and all that stuff. So that's a nice turf area too. Behind the fence here, you can see our two runways, the sand pit here, and then it's our long and triple jump. And the one piece I like about the facility here is for all the track events, everything is contained right up here in the stadium. So we have our long and triple jump right out here. Behind us over there, we have our shot put pit. Behind the stadium, we have our discus vector, and then we're going to be doing the javelin throw right here on the turf. There's a cap that you can put right on the end of a jab, so it doesn't obviously stick in the turf. But everything is right here, right up in the stadium, which is nice.
Definitely. It's going to be cool in the spring to see some track and field out here. We're here on the field, 50-yard line. Mr. MacCreery, tell us about this newly built field.
Oh, we're obviously really excited about this, and the center logo here, the big M right at midfield, is kind of the centerpiece, right? And so just to talk a little bit about the turf, one thing you may notice right off the bat, we don't have your typical red crumb rubber pellets for the turf. What it actually is a rock fill, so it's almost like a wood composite. we decided to go in that direction for this because it really rates higher in a lot of categories. One with impact, so your knees and your ankles, and even if you hit your head, it's not quite as bad. It's a little softer for traction. It rates higher on traction. Doesn't get as hot. So in those 2 days during August when it's 80 degrees out, it's not gonna burn as much on your feet and hands. And it also retains water really well too, and it's better for the environment. It's a little more organic. So we're excited about this infill. It's kind of the direction that a lot of stadiums are going. So it was a good pick, but we're excited. The coloring for everything and all the little details that you don't necessarily think about, came out really well. We're excited.
Yep. So obviously, we can see the football line, the football fields out here, but we can't forget about the soccer lines.
Yep.
All right, so I want to ask the question:
Sure.
Are all the soccer games going to be played on this field?
Yeah, I mean that's the plan. Certainly varsity soccer games, and our hope is to be able to host some neutral site games.
Definitely, yeah.
For MIA once we get back into being able to play tournament games and all that stuff. And our stadium really has what what the state is looking for to host neutral sites. It's brand new. It's a turf facility. It has lights. We're about as central Mass as you can get. We're right off the highway. And there's plenty of seating. So that's our hope, to really start being able to host some big events, track events, soccer, football, softball on our new field over there. That's the exciting part too.
Definitely, yeah. It's going to be cool. A couple of years, this place will be a big hub for MIA athletics.
That's what we're hoping. That's my goal, is to be able to host some really big things here.
Cool. We're here at the entrance of the stadium. We got the ticket booth right here on our left. Entrance to the stadium and the field on our right. Mr. MacCreery, give us some details about this place.
Yeah, so this is the entryway. This is where the fan is going to come in. Ticket booth is right here. We'll have 2 lines going. Over to my right, we have our main gate, and this is going to be the main player entrance. So, thinking about a Friday night football game, players will be coming from the school, going to march right in through this gate. Right, it's going to be awesome. We're looking to purchase some carpeting that will help protect the track, because obviously the big thing with the track is cleats. We want to try to prevent as many digs and all that stuff. So we want to try the high traffic areas here, the other side of the field, making sure that we're protecting it. But this is the main entrance here, right? So we buy our ticket. We're going to work our way through this beautiful double gate right here. And we have our amenities building. And your first stop right here is going to be our concession stand. This is where you're going to be able to buy all the good snacks for a fair price through the clubs that'll be running it. And then we're going to head right into the bleachers up to watch a game. So the amenities building includes a men's and women's bathroom, as well as a family bathroom around the back side. And talking about what I mentioned before with the track events, behind the amenities building is where the discus is going to be thrown. So again, everything's contained within the stadium. But this is a beautiful building, plenty of space inside for storage and all that stuff, which as an athletic director, I'm always looking for more and more storage, believe it or not. So we're very excited how this turned out. Hopefully this will be finishing up, within the next few weeks.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, coming soon, some Friday nights, it's going to be an electric spot right here, so going to be cool. Yeah, so we're on the bleachers right here, 50-yard line, perfect view. We got the press box behind us. Mr. MacCreery, tell us about this view.
Yeah, I mean, this is where I like to end all my tours. This kind of gives you a really nice last image in your mind of what we're doing and what we've been doing. It's just beautiful from up here. So with the press box here behind us, this was kind of the last big thing to come in, and they're obviously still working on it, but there's 3 separate rooms inside, and then there's a ladder that goes up to the crow's nest. So it's going to have Wi-Fi. It's going to have everything. This is where the stereo system is going to be for the stadium, and they're also working on the lift. So every press box now has to have an elevator for handicap access. So that's the big thing they're working on here over to the right. So
yeah, and definitely this is a great view from up top. It's going to be exciting. Once athletics start. With all the fans here, it's going to be a great atmosphere, and really will bring together the whole community of Millbury. So to be correct, the field is not open yet. It's not open to the public. Do you have an idea of when that would be and how that process would go through?
Yeah, so this is still a construction site. So we're definitely not allowed to have any access, any outside access. I know it looks great, and it looks like it's getting pretty close to ready, which it is, but it's still, not open to the public. Obviously, when that stuff happens, we're going to make that very well known. And the field committee right now, we're working on what that opening is going to look like. There's some of the ceremonial stuff, the ribbon cutting that we're going to be planning. Our hope is to have, essentially the keys of the stadium handed over to us, maybe beginning of December, something along those lines, depending on weather, depending on just being a construction project. So we are planning some ceremonial things, and then we obviously want to have a big grand opening for the public. And the tricky part being during the winter, a lot of that depends on weather and what's going on with that. So anything that we end up doing is certainly going to be communicated very well out to the community, because that's the biggest thing. We want everybody to start being able to enjoy it, but we want to make sure that it is ours and it's handed over to us. So
definitely, yeah. I know everybody's going to be excited for that time to come. Thanks for doing this for us. I know not only everybody at school, but everybody in the town and the Millbury community is going to be excited to see this video, and see what the facility is going to be like. And everybody's excited for it to open. So thanks again for doing this for us.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Awesome.